Chapter 8, Part 2. In an abandoned outbuilding just outside the college grounds, Hop and Max had set up their equipment for the photo shoot. As the models arrived and began changing into their shoot clothes, Hop was getting excited. "I used to dream of becoming a photojournalist, Max, but then my dad said I was living in cloud cuckoo land." "So what?" Max said. "You don't listen to your parents." "So what happened? You stopped taking photos?" "My dad made me feel guilty, indulging in something he said I didn't have a future in. Mine said the same about me writing comic books and short stories, but I never stopped writing, Hop. I used to take good pictures, but now I'm older, I don't think that I have the talent." "You think too much, Hop. Stop listening to your father and start listening to the voice in your head." "I just need to get my hands on a really good camera, Max. Stop making excuses and just do it. You don't need a good camera. Forget what went on in the past. The past doesn't exist, Hop. And neither does the future. Therefore, none of your troubles are actually real. Only this moment is real. If you are always happy in the moment, you'll have a happy life. If you take a good photo in this moment, you're a photographer in this moment and nothing else. Your problem is that you live in the past and you allow it to affect your present." It had always seemed impossible for Hop to disagree with Max. Every word that his friend spoke trickled down his ear like honey. Beautiful words they were, words that would have been ordinary and lifeless on the page, always eloquently and poetically released with every movement of his lips, as if musically and rhythmically played out to a chorus of birdsong. "I'm going to let you take some of the photos, Hop. I will pick the best ones together." So the series of photographs entitled Rich Kids and Dirty T-Shirts was a joint collaboration between the two boys. Max helped Hop to develop the negatives in the college darkroom, and to his surprise, none of his own pictures were as great as his friends. "You can take full credit for the work, Hop," Max said, ruffling his friend's hair. It was only after the boys were murdered that the photographs were discovered and assumed to be all Max's work. If truth be told, Hop's photographs were always better than Max's, and the photographs hanging in the library under the name of Maximilian were in fact all taken by Hop. This truth has unfortunately remained a secret ever since. "Have you seen the ghost that stalks the lakes?" Kip asked, lying next to Sebastian on his bed, about to play a game of cards. "Ghost?" said Spike. He was standing by the wardrobe munching on crisps. "What rubbish are you going on about now, Kip?" asked Sebastian, dealing out his deck of cards. "It's not rubbish," said Kip. "There's been a lot of reports of a lady ghost stalking the lakes." Jamie, who was sitting at Kip's desk, reading a book on classroom management, huffed, and then smirked. "It's not a ghost," said Sebastian. "It's alive. I've overheard whatever it is." "Whatever it is," Kip laughed. "See? What is it then if you don't think it's human?" "I've not seen it exactly, but I've heard movements and sounds from within the trees, so it's nothing paranormal." "That means nothing," said Jamie, bored of his book and doodling ghosts on a pad with a blunt pencil. "Then there are the signs that something is living in the woods," said Sebastian. "What signs?" Spike asked. "Animal skins and bird feathers." "That doesn't prove there's no ghost," said Kip. "But it could be foxes, I guess." "There could be a ghost as well," said Spike. "I don't think so," said Sebastian. "I found a dirty fork sticking in one of the chicken carcasses. We should track it down, whatever it is," said Spike. "Take us to where you found the bone, Sebastian." "It's more likely to be one of the local youths up to no good," said Jamie. "Do you want us to get beaten up?" "No," said Spike. "Why would we?" "Have you ever been beaten up?" he asked. "No," he replied. "I can take care of myself." Spike pulled off his t-shirt and flexed his muscles. "I've fought a few rounds, I can tell you. I'm not so innocent." "Spike's not like us," said Kip. "He's not one of us softies." "What do you mean?" Jamie asked. "I've had fights." Sebastian sniggered. "It's only boys like us that get roughed up," Kip said, trying to decide which card to lay down. It was the same at school. The teachers never did anything about it if you were one of the weaker boys. Sometimes I'd be repeatedly punched in the back by our class bully, and the teacher would just stand back by the blackboard, watching him pound me. I've learnt that wild and disobedient thugs get away with everything. Looking back, I wish I'd learnt to fight. I wish I'd learnt to flout the rules. Yes, said Sebastian. I'd spend hours doing my homework, and then I'd have to let the other kids copy it. Then I'd be the one accused of copying theirs. That's not fair, said Jamie. Why didn't you tell? What? And get beaten up outside the school gates? So you two never fought back, said Spike. Losers. Jamie looked at his own hands and how small they were. He began swinging in the swivel chair, not knowing what to say. He picked up his book again. They saw you three coming, said Spike. Suckers, all of you. Then the door opened. Sounds like you boys have to learn a few survival strategies, Poppy announced, standing in the open doorway. Stop allowing people to victimise you. Kip scowled. He had lost another card game to Sebastian. He sat up and swung his legs around. He noticed that there were bits of paper, or were they chips of paint, on his carpet. He wondered how they got there, and searched for an evidence trail that would lead to the guilty shoe. Kip, said Poppy. What? I'm talking to you. I won't be called a victim. No one's calling you a victim, said Jamie, smiling at Poppy. There had been many victims at the college, and there would be many more to come, but few will have suffered such terrible ordeals that Mike Stewart had. End of chapter 8.